Hello, and welcome. My name is Natalie, and this is Flamin' Hot Reviews, the show that gives me the chance to eat Flamin' Hot Cheetos at 9 a.m. Today, we will be reviewing Chester's Flamin' Hot Fries. Now, these are a little different than your standard Flamin' Hot product, as technically they are not Cheetos, nor are they Cheetos brand like some of the other ones. They're actually Chester's brand, which is very interesting to me because I have only ever seen Flamin' Hot variants of these, so I'm curious to know if there's other Chester's snacks out there that I'm unaware of. The point is that these are sort of potato and corn, a corn type snack that are supposed to resemble French fries. So we're gonna try these out, see how they are. Before I get into the actual tasting, as with the Funyuns review, as you may recall, I read a passage on the back. Well, these fries have a similar kind of thing. So once again, before we dive into the review, I'm going to go ahead and read this little blurb on the back. And as the review goes on, we can kind of decide whether or not it lives up to these words of praise it sets for itself. So, watch out! And this is in parentheses, there's a fire in this bag. These snacks are hot, flamin' hot. Do you dare? Get ready for a sizzle of flavor that will set your mouth on fire. Dive into a red-hot blaze, and I should say sizzle, fire, and blaze are all in red text, so you know they're serious. Dive into a red-hot blaze of fiery crunch with Chester's brand Flamin' Hot corn and potato snacks. All right, so that's a pretty high bar. We'll go ahead and dive right in now and see if they live up to the hype. All right, so you can kind of see, get a look at what they are. So you know, French fry-esque shape. They're very hard, pretty solid. Seem like they're going to be crunchy. I always like to look at the ingredients to kind of see what to expect. All right, so let's go ahead and start the review for real. Just so everybody's refreshed. We're going to be measuring these based on their texture, their taste, and their spiciness. So to start off with texture, and let me pull another one out so you can kind of have a visual while I'm talking about this. The texture of these is pretty solid. They're very crunchy. I mean, you could probably hear me chewing, but I mean, these are seriously crunchy. On the inside, let's see. Can kind of get a look. They kind of resemble a Cheeto, and they have a similar sort of thing. They are made with cornmeal, like a Cheeto is. So you're gonna, obviously get some similarities in texture and mouthfeel. The difference here is that because they are trying to emulate a French fry, there's also some potato mixed in. So it's a little airier, it's a little lighter than a regular Cheeto, and it's kind of hard to tell. I'm going to try to, I don't want to mess up the zoom, or the focus, I should say. But you can kind of see that the inside is filled with lots of air bubbles, which, as has been discussed on the show before, that's what gives it the crunch, is those sort of many layers of potato and cornmeal. Those all kind of coming together when you bite down. On the outside, it's got this kind of, again, I don't want to mess up my focus too bad. See if you can get a good visual. But it's got lots of little ridges, lots of little cracks for the flavor to kind of nestle into. So it's pretty nice. I mean, it's very satisfying to eat. And I think I'm gonna give this about a 4 out of 5. I would like to see maybe a little more texture on the outside, something a little more interesting. Obviously, like the shapes aren't too crazy, you know, they're just kind of straight fries. So could be a little bit better, but fairly solid overall, I would say. Now, as far as flavor goes, these, I think the flavor here is where these really shine. These are just good. Like, they just taste good. They're enjoyable to eat. I mean, they've got, you know, hints of a Flamin' Hot Cheeto like flavor, you know, with the cornmeal. But with that potato, it gives it a whole nother dimension. I mean, it kind of tastes like, you know, when you go to McDonald's and you go through the drive-thru, and every once in a while you'll get a batch of fries that has been like a little overdone, so they're a little extra crunchy, they got a almost like a smoky kind of flavor because they've been browned a little bit more. That's kind of what you got going on here. They're very nice. They're a little toasty, and as far as the flavor dust goes, though, that is so good to me. What I like about these is you get that standard, you know, Flamin' Hot cayenne notes, of course, on the top. I mean, that is certainly the most prominent thing. I mean, it's what we come here for. But this, more than any other product, I would say that I have reviewed on this show, has the most cheesiness to it. You know, a Cheeto, the primary flavor is supposed to taste like cheese. However, the Flamin' Hot products, the spiciness kind of tends to overshadow that. You don't get those savory, cheesy notes, you know. But this, I mean, these are great. I really like these. You get hints, you know, there's hints of cheddar, maybe a little bit of, you know, a bit more of a nuttier, richer kind of cheese. And what I like about it is it's a little under the surface, you know. You take that initial bite, you get the Flamin' Hot flavor that, you know, we're all so familiar with. But then as you eat more, the cheese starts to kind of bubble up. And as you eat more of them, you get more and more of that cheese flavor. And it's just really enjoyable. And it makes you want to eat more of them. And so, you know, that kind of combined with the texture makes these, and I know this might sound a little silly to say, but makes these very eatable, you know. It's something that, like, you know, sometimes you sit down and you open up a bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos, you might not want to eat them all in one sitting because, you know, they're getting a little spicy. You know, if you're a little inexperienced when it comes to eating Flamin' Hot products, you know, you might not be able to stomach them. But these, like, you don't want to stop eating them. Like, I want to keep eating them. I don't want to give you this review anymore. I just want to go eat these delicious Flamin' Hot fries. So that, I think, is a really big plus. And for me, flavor here definitely got to be a 5 out of 5. I mean, they nailed it, you know? It separates itself enough from Flamin' Hot Cheetos to be exceptional, while also still maintaining that traditional, you know, flavor. You know, you don't want to change too much. You don't want to deviate from the formula because the Flamin' Hot flavor dust, you know, it works. But these are a nice little twist on them that I like. So when it comes to spiciness, I am gonna say that these are pretty spicy. I don't know if they're quite Flamin' Hot Cheetos spicy, but they are probably one of the closest that I have found on this show. One thing I will say is that with the potato, I do think that, and I kind of touched on this a little bit, I believe, in the Ruffles video, where potato, because of the higher fat content of them, kind of has an effect of dampening the spiciness a lot here. And I was a little worried that that would happen again, but honestly, I did not really experience that. I mean, these are a nice, yeah, these are going to give you a good little tongue tingle, you know? These are gonna give you a nice little burning on the mouth. And I mean, and you know, the bag here, you know, it tells you. I mean, it's got the little Flamin' Hot guy. I don't know what this guy's name is, but I mean, you see that on the bag, you know these are gonna be fiery. I mean, it's got Chester the Cheetah on the bag, so these gotta be pretty legit. And honestly, I think they are. So as far as spiciness goes, it's a little tough. I'm not sure if I can quite give it a full 5 because they're not. I could go spicier on these personally, so I'm gonna give them a 4, but it's definitely like a 4.5. It's real close. If they just turned up the notches on that spiciness just a little bit more, it would be perfect. But honestly, you know, I say 4, but these are good. I mean, if you're a spicy enthusiast like me, if you're, you know, practically a fire-breathing dragon because you eat so many Flamin' Hot Cheetos, you're gonna enjoy these. But I will say, you know, if you're more of a beginner, if you're not quite there, you know, your mouth, you know, it's still lit on fire from, you know, even just regular Flamin' Hot Cheetos, you might want to be a little careful, you know, take these with some caution. So that being said, these, to me, I really like these. This is actually a product that, like, if I saw these in a store next to Flamin' Hot Cheetos, sometimes I might buy these instead. Like, I like them that much, and I really recommend these. I think you should give them a try. So, to kind of review the review, we are going to give the texture a 4 out of 5. Could be a little bit better, but just about there. Flavor, 5 out of 5. Flavor is perfect. I love it. I want to eat more of it. Spiciness, I almost said flamin' hotness, which I suppose would kind of fit, but spiciness, we're going to give about like a 4, but it's a real close. It's a real close 4, or a real close 5. We're going to give it a 4 out of 5, however. It's good, it's spicy, but I could, you know, deal with a little bit more. So overall, that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm glad that I'm uploading regularly again, so I'll try to have something for you next week. If you have any requests, again, you know, other Flamin' Hot products I have yet to review. I know Doritos are still out there. I know Fritos are still out there. We will get to those. And anything that's even not out. I have had Takis Fuego. That's been one that's been requested to me by multiple people, so that is coming. So don't worry. You know, shout out to you know who you are, so that you will get that. But if you have anything else, feel free to let me know in the comments. And, you know, please leave a like, subscribe, share, ring that MFing bell so hard, please. All right. Thank you for watching again.